Hey movers and shakers, how you guys doing today? Got a question for you. Do you want to know why your movers are quitting on you? You want to know why you're getting the no calls, the no shows, and why you just can't keep guys? Well, I'm going to tell you just in 1 second. Hi guys, it's Jay Burnham from the 7-Figure Moving Academy. Glad to have you here. Go to the 7figuremovingacademy.co, 7figuremovingacademy.co. That's our official website. I'll leave you a link right down here below. But guys, I want to talk to you. We have a lot of problems, right? Can we agree to that? We have problems with our guys not showing up, not wanting to do the job, and quitting and just leaving us in the lurch and just not showing up for work, etc. Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to give you 9 reasons. I'm going to give you a severe reality adjustment, and I got to warn you guys, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt you. This is not going to be a pleasant conversation for the most part, but there are 9 reasons why your movers quit. You ready? Let's get into it. Number 1, you're a dick. Let's just face it. You've got a bad attitude. You look down on your guys. You treat them like crap. They don't want to work for you. They don't want to work for somebody who treats them like shit. They don't want to work for somebody that's an asshole. They just don't. You're a dick. They're not going to work for you. They're going to quit. Number 2, you don't run a tight ship. It's disorganized. The place looks like a hellhole. There's no organization to the place. There is nothing. Everything's in disarray. Your equipment's in disarray. Your trucks are in disarray. You don't know where anything is. You can't find this, that, or the other thing. Your guys can't find this, that, and the other thing. And you know what? They just, when you have a disorganized mess, you're not going to be able to run a professional moving business. Your guys will notice that. They'll see that. And guess what? They don't want to work in that environment, no matter what they say. 3, you don't run a tight ship. That's right. There's no discipline. If you do have discipline, it's very lacking. It's very minimal. But you don't fire guys. You don't write guys up. You don't reprimand people. You personally probably don't have a lot of discipline. Yeah, you show up. You get the job done. You do a good job. But when it comes to anything else, you let guys slide. They're drinking. They're talking. They're on their cell phones. You're not holding their feet to the fire. You're not making sure that they're getting done. You don't have any kind of paperwork. You don't have any kind of organization tools to keep them on the straight and narrow and keep their nose to the grindstone. And guess what? You cannot thrive in a business that doesn't have any discipline. I mean, you look at McDonald's, you look at Burger King, you look at any of the fast food. You don't show up, you don't do your job, you get written up. You get written up more than once, then you get a warning. Maybe you get suspended for 3 or 4 days or a week or whatever. After a 3rd time, you're fired. There's just no discipline. Your guys cannot work and thrive in a situation like that. Number 4, you don't care about the guys, or at least that's what it comes across to the guys. That's what it seems like to the guys, that you don't care about them. Well, how are they going to care about you? How are they going to care about you or your business if you don't seemingly care about them? If you're not genuinely caring about them, treating them like a valuable member of the team. They should be like a family member, or at the very least, or at least a good friend. I'm not saying you have to be buddy with them. You don't have to be their friend. You don't have to go out and go drinking with them necessarily. You do got to keep that, that authority figure hat on. But that doesn't mean you can't treat them as a valuable member of your team or a valuable member of the family. You've got to create a culture in your business for your guys to want to be there, right? And one of the things they want to do is they want to feel valued. They want to feel like they care, that they matter to you. It's not so much that they matter to the company. They want to know that they matter to you in management. So make them feel welcome, make them feel at home, make them feel like they're part of the team and part of the family. Number 5, you don't train them. You don't train your guys, right? You just kind of point to them and say, get her done. And why that might work to some degree, if you've hired somebody that's got some sort of experience or whatever. For the most part, that doesn't work. The guys want to know, they got to have direction. They've got to have discipline. They've got to have instructions. These guys are not typically known for their brilliance, let's put it that way. So you're going to have to be there. You're going to have to give them instructions. You're going to have to train them. And training's got to be more than just having watching a playlist of YouTube videos. While that's very good, that is not the end all be all. There's got to be somebody, yourself or somebody else, that knows what they're doing, can get in there, show them how to wrap the stuff, how to use tape, how to use bands, how to use the pads correctly, how to protect banisters and walls and floors, how to move things correctly, big bulky items, and show them how to get it done. Show them how to load up a truck properly based on your systems. Someone's got to be able to do it. And if you don't have somebody do it, then the job falls on your shoulders. You can't just say, go get it done, and hopefully it's going to get done correctly. Because they're not. They're going to just throw the shit in there any old way, and it's going to look like shit. It's going to be broken, and they're going to take a lot longer than they're supposed to. So get them trained. 6, you don't provide the tools or the materials for the guys to get it done, right? Yes, the guys are known. They're going to be dropping stuff. They're going to be losing stuff. They're going to leave blankets behind, dollies behind. So that's just part of the game. Unfortunately, it's the name of the game. But you can't penalize your guys, because when you penalize the guys and send them out on a job without the proper tools and equipment to get the job done properly, you're not penalizing them, honestly, right? You're not, yes, you're forcing them to wing it. You're forcing them to, to get the job done. But you know what? Ultimately, what you're doing is you're penalizing your customer, because the customer is not getting the best production. They're not getting the best effort out of you or your company. And your guys represent your company. It represents you. It represents your brand. So if they're out there and they're looking like 3 guys humping a football, that's how you're going to be perceived, and you're going to get a lot of claims and complaints and so on and so forth. And guys are, they're going to notice that, and they're going to see that, and they don't want to work in those conditions. So make sure that the people are getting reprimanded, getting the disciplines in, so if they do lose the stuff, that it gets handled. But you got to have that equipment. So whatever you got to do, make sure that they have the right equipment for the job at hand. If you need piano boards, make sure that there's piano boards on the truck. If they need 4-wheel dollies, make sure there's 4-wheel dollies. If they need more bands, whatever it is, make sure that they have it on the truck and available to them. That's your job. That's your job, or the person you designated job. And ultimately, the buck stops with you. So you got to give them the right equipment to do the job so that the customer gets serviced. Because in the end, that's what really matters, right? Number 7, you get a lot of bad apples that work for you. Well, another reason why your guys quit is because you don't fire those bad apples. You don't get rid and replace the people that are just losers, that are just wasted meat bags, that are just doing nothing for you, your company, or for anybody else for that matter. These guys that get in there, and one bad apple can spoil the entire bunch. And nobody wants to work for Negative Nelly. Nobody wants to work with that person. No one wants to work beside them, behind them, or in front of them. Your leaders don't want to have them, don't want to lead them. Your guys don't want to be led by them. They don't want to work with them. You don't fire them because you think there's a scarcity of people to hire. You should have a constant and consistent flow of new hires all the time. Hiring people and recruiting people is actually a full-time job, and you should be like on that left, right, and center. That way, if there is a bad apple or someone that's not pulling their weight, you can get rid of them, and get rid of them quickly. Don't sit on them because, I need this guy and I don't have enough guys. And no. If you're recruiting and you're hiring like you should be, you should have no problem keeping enough guys on hand that's waiting for you, right? Everybody that comes in, applies for a job, have them on a spreadsheet. So if you do have to fire some guy, or you need somebody on a right now basis, you can give them a call like right now. do something like that. That's actually a very good idea that Louis Massaro had, which I've got to hand it to him. That's a smart idea. I wish I would have thought of it. I didn't, but that's a great idea. So do something like that. So make sure you're getting rid of the bad apples, and you're going to be a lot better. Number 8. You don't offer any kind of incentives. You don't offer benefits. You don't offer rewards. You don't offer bonuses. You don't give raises or promotions. Their pay is probably really pretty low compared to what they work or what they're worth. And you know what? These guys, believe it or not, they gotta survive too. Whether they're good, bad, or indifferent, they got to have enough money to live on. And if they don't, they're going to go someplace else. Now, I'm not a big guy that says that you should pay somebody a living wage. They're only should get paid what they're worth. I totally 100% agree with you. But that said, at the same time, if they're not going to get that living wage, if they're not going to get that wage that's going to make them so that they can survive and support their family, they're going to move on. Right? So you want to make sure that you're paying them well, paying them enough board, and if they're employees, making sure that they have some sort of benefits. Should have some sort of incentives like 401ks, retirement accounts, health insurance, at least health insurance. I mean, I know you probably say, well, I got workman's comp. I'm talking health insurance. I'm talking health insurance for them. And if you can afford it for their family, this is something that you could do. And make sure that they're getting, if you are giving them insurance, by the way, you don't have to pay them as much per hour. Like, you could pay them less. They will work for 10, 12 bucks an hour if they're getting benefits. You know what I'm saying? If they know that they're going to get benefits, they'll work for 12 bucks an hour. That's totally fine with them. That's not a problem with them. If they're not getting benefits, they're going to want like 15 to 20 bucks an hour, and that's fair. That's actually what you should be doing, right? So guys, let's make sure we start paying the guys what they're worth, and if they're not holding the weight, get rid of them quickly. That way you're not wasting money and time and getting claims and damages and stuff with the guys who are losers, right? Number 9, finally, we're gonna get to it. Here's the last one. And this one, believe it or not, is probably going to surprise after this list. Number 9, the guys are losers. They're just wasted meat bags that are worthless, that are just sucking up oxygen that should go to somebody more deserving. Now, let's face it, they don't know how to hold a job. They're just worthless. They're pieces of shit, illiterate bums that just who would rather is just working for meth money. And that's quite honestly, don't know how to hold a job. The longest they could keep a job is just maybe a couple months at most. That's on the good side of that spectrum. But guys, they're just bad people. Believe it or not, there are bad employees. It's not all the owners or the management's fault. 8 out of 9 of the reasons it is the owners or management's fault. But the last reason is the guys are just losers, and they shouldn't even be in the moving business. They should just go out and, go plant pot and grow pot and do that stuff, and maybe they can make some money. They're just wasted meat bags. So guys, thank you so much for this. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon so that we know that you're going to be informed when I upload new videos. And lastly, make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know if I missed any reasons down below. Like, you think there's another reason why people quit? I'd like to hear your viewpoint on that. Right, wrong, or indifferent. We can have a debate. We can argue. We can chuckle. We can do whatever you want. But I'd like to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. Give me a like button. Smash that like button so I know that you like this video, and make sure you subscribe and share this with all your family and friends. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I love you. Go and do something great today. Thank you.